Hi. um, I really don't know how to start this one, but it came to me how important it is to really get to know who you really are. I was thinking this morning too how blessed we are when we know that our true nature is spiritual, not just physical. I am 88 years of age now, and I'm blind.
87 and a half, honey.
And okay. And I'm a very happy man. And so I thought, if I can share this with you, I guess it would be worthwhile. One important thing that comes to mind is that we can achieve the highest in us when we become aware that our thoughts guide our life. And when you begin to see that whatever is guiding your life at the moment is negative, you simply forgive it. And it is this very forgiveness that cleanses the soul and brings happiness into your life. Now you might say, but I'm happy, but I have anxiety, I feel guilt. Well, first of all, let me say this, and I've done hypnotherapy for about 30 years, and I had hundreds of clients. One thing they all had in common was the feeling of guilt. Guilt is a nasty feeling. It's as if you've done something wrong. You're not pure. There's something wrong with you. And things don't go right. When you get up in the morning, you just don't feel like getting up. And anyway, this guilt, I found that it's in everyone who believes that this world is real. Now, I made a very powerful statement here, but I have also found that when you start forgiving, and forgiving everything and everyone that simply contributes to this guilt, it will also make the world appear as it actually is, and not as real as we thought it was. How do we accumulate guilt? Well, let's say you get up in the morning and immediately there's a thought, oh, another day. That's enough to start it. Or you're walking down the street and you see somebody that you don't like, and you say, I don't like this person. In your mind, your thought, you think it. That's enough. So you see, the mind is accumulating feelings all the time of conclusions, judgments, what else?
Opinions.
Right. Grievances. It's constant. Mm-hmm. And this brings the feeling of guilt. But you see, no matter how much you complain against this guilt, the bigger it gets. One interesting thing to know is this, that right now we are living life. But do you know that the life you're living now, you've already lived? It's gone. We're just repeating it. But the question arises, if I'm living the same life I lived before, what's the point? The point is this, that we are already living a life that has gone by. But the reason we keep repeating it is because it teaches us what we went not quite right before in our thinking. In other words, did you ever see the movie, what is it called?
Who's in it? What's it
about? That comedian.
Robin Williams?
No. He gets
Jim
up
Carrey?
in the morning. Yeah, he gets up in the morning and
Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Yeah.
Groundhog Day. If
That's
you
our
ever
lives.
see it, it was perfect. He kept repeating the same life every time he got up, the same words, the same greetings, the same people. But then after a while, after going through this day after day after day, going crazy, it occurred to him that he can be nicer to people, that some people react differently when you say good morning or you give them a big smile.
Mm-hmm.
And he started acting differently. So in other words, what made this movie so good was the fact that it reminds you that when you repeat something over and over again, it can teach you what works and doesn't work. And so he found that as he became nicer to people, things began to open up for him in ways he never thought was possible. And he started to enjoy his life. So this is it. Groundhog Day. We are living the same life lived before. The difference is that now we are making ourselves aware of it. Every time that you think a thought, no matter how fleeting, that is not pleasant, just be aware of it and forgive it. So today I'd like to talk about forgiveness, and my two beautiful people here are going to help me to tell you more about forgiveness. Forgiveness is so powerful that if you don't forgive yourself and another, metaphysics are useless. You cannot grow as a human being. Now, forgiveness means that even if you feel a dislike for a person, you forgive it. Because he is just as much a God as you are. We are all part of life. We are all one. And when you begin to see this oneness everywhere, then you cannot but be happy. Happiness is not achieved. It is your true state right now. You are at peace right now. You are everything right now, this very moment. All you have to do is simply forgive every moment.
So, in essence, we're forgiving all of the disturbances to our peace, one at a time. As each thought tries to come in and pull us out of it,
Yes.
we challenge it and see what's really going on.
Right, and if it doesn't make you feel good, immediately it's contributing to your guilt.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you take a deep breath.
That's karma, basically. Really.
And let it go. Yeah.
Essentially, that's karma. You're doing it as you go, in a way.
Yeah. You do it as you go.
Also, you not only that you forgive a person, but you can also forgive a scenario, a situation,
yes.
an event that you see happening, but it's not the way that you judge it, right? So it's a way to embrace and accept what's going on as being necessary and, perfect.
That's
basically.
Right. Yes, beautiful. Yes, and you'll find that when you start doing that, there's a liveliness that comes into you, a joyfulness, a feeling of feeling good to be alive.
Feeling right.
Feeling right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also thought about this sentence about metaphysics because, what he says is without...
Who said that?
Forgiveness. Without forgiveness, metaphysics is useless.
Gary
right?
Renard.
Oh, Gary Renard
Gary's
said that,
book.
yeah.
Yes.
Which
Right.
I consider one of the greatest teachers there is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So as I was thinking of this, I think what he really means is that the metaphysics is the fundamental rules of, laws of existence, right? And without forgiveness, then you will have judgment. You will have your slice of perspective or opinion about the world, which is illusory, also is very, very personal, right?
Yeah.
And that is distracting, or it will distort the true reality, which is always presented to you, which is always, having you as part of it and having everybody as one. But if you form your own...
what you mean by true reality is when everything is as one.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And they
Yeah.
act in a very harmonic, in
Right.
harmony, right? And
Right.
forgiving is basically accepting the perfectness of the oneness.
Oneness, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so, and my partner here, my life partner, whom I adore, you have something to share regarding?
Just that what you both just said was phenomenal, and it just took me into that forgiving state just listening to it. Both of you.
Oh,
It was
good.
beautiful.
Wonderful.
It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, namaste, and have a great day.
Namaste.
Namaste.